Hello, my dear soul-led friends. Welcome into today's business pick a card tarot reading, where we are going to talk about clearing the fog that you may have in your business at this time. You might be feeling scattered. You might be having a hard time focusing. So we're going to get into the details of what that's all about and how to navigate that energy and hopefully clear the fog for you. My intention for this reading is to offer you that clarity and inspiration, as well as actionable insights to help lead you on your soul-led journey and align to your highest expression. The timestamps for each one of these readings are in the description box, along with other stuff that may be of interest to you. Now, these readings are general and are here to offer you insight, not instruction, so please use your discernment and intuition to decide what's best for you and lovingly leave the rest. If your reading does resonate, I welcome comments. It's always cool to hear how they land, how they resonate, and what you're taking away from these readings. And do consider subscribing if you do like these pick a card tarot readings for business, as I will be doing more of them in the future. For those still here and want a close-up of each one of the reading piles today, let me do that right now. So for reading 1, we have the Cliff with number 14 and the Rose Quartz Stone. For reading number 2, we have the Forest with number 3 with the Purpurite Stone. And for reading number 3, we have the Monkey with number 42 with the Chrysocolla Stone. Already lots coming in for these readings, so hopefully we get some helpful messages for you today. So when you feel ready, head on down into the description to find the timestamp for your reading, and I'll meet you over there. Hello, reading 1. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Cliff with number 14 and the Rose Quartz Stone. Now, I'm hearing you have to love the process. So you could be in a moment right now where you're not loving the process. There's a lot of discomfort, maybe a lot of decisions that you have to make that you're not quite confident in making. And it feels like you're in a zone of needing to take risks or trusting your abilities or your guidance, inner guidance a little bit more. And understand that where you are right now, the blockages and the stuckness or the scattered energy does not mean you shouldn't move forward. It simply means it is an opportunity to learn something here. So I do feel like you're entering some kind of new territory, which is why all of this energy is getting stirred up, because you could actually be at a crossroads at this time. Now, the Cliff in this card, it is about taking risks. It's reminding me of the Fool, where the Fool is taking the lessons that they have learned into some new chapter. And they're not thinking about all of the mistakes that they could make or all of the things, the obstacles, the challenges that could be ahead. They're being very present. They're being very open to the possibilities and not allowing judgment of the past to inform their future. So there's an open-mindedness here. And so by trying your best, which is what I feel you're doing, and planning, so I think planning is going to be part of this as well, you can end up in an uncertain place still. You can end up at a dead end, but that's okay. If you allow yourself to see beyond the obvious, to see beyond the end of the road or the block or the obstacle, you'll start to see the opportunities, and you'll start to see even creative solutions that you didn't or couldn't see before. So I think that this is a moment that you have to trust your wisdom, trust where you are being guided or where you are going, trust that this is the correct way, even though there could be some challenges here. Mindset could be really important at this time, but it's about loving the process and not seeing the process as something that you don't want, because I think there are lessons, inspirations, and growth that will happen in this space. So let's get straight into your reading today. We're going to see, first card out is we're going to look at the why you're what the scattered energy is all about. So maybe where you are currently, what is the scattered energy? We have the strength card. Why? Okay. And how do we navigate this? How does reading one navigate this? I will laugh if the Fool comes out. I just saw the Hierophant. Okay. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. At the bottom of the deck here. So we have the Strength as to what the scattered energy is all about. We have the Star for the why. And we have the Knight of Pentacles as the guidance with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. All right. So whatever you're doing, you are being pulled, drawn, called to something that has deeper meaning, a deeper purpose, something that feels more in alignment with who you are, your unique skills, abilities, etc. It's something that is going to be for a higher good. So it feels like the North Star for you. You are following a North Star, but I feel like there is no path that you can follow. There's no rule book. There's no guidebook. So this is a path that you have to walk slow and steady. And this is an energy of not jumping into the unknown and just hoping for the best. But with this energy of the Pentacles here, this is about being really focused and really honing in on why you're doing something and what are the steps that you need to take to step into or integrate or move towards that why. So I'm already getting a really strong message. This is helping you grow and step into leadership, step into more confidence, self-assurance. So you could in the past have struggled with that. And if that is what you have been struggling with, that could be your block, or why you're feeling scattered is because wherever you're going next is challenging that. And so you are naturally feeling like you need to go back to that comfort zone because where you are going is uncharted. It's an uncharted territory, which is why, the North Star is what captains used to use to navigate the seas. And so this is why it's important to stay true to you. So there's an integrity coming through. There's also a really strong focus coming through, but also a plan that is really grounded in your whys. So why do you feel called to this direction? Why does it feel purposeful or meaningful to you? And why does it have value to your clients? And then once you have that core of what you're doing and why, then it's about creating a plan and focusing on that as you move forward, slow and steady. So the Knight is it is movement. So I do feel like whatever path you are on, you are encouraged to move towards it because you are in the right place at the right time. And the scattered energy or the confusion or the fog is not telling you that you're on the wrong path. It's quite the opposite. It's moving you out of maybe an old identity or an old way of expressing yourself that may not be helpful to moving you towards your North Star. So the Knight is a very slow moving energy. So again, taking the pentacle of the page here, starting something, taking actions towards it, getting very clear. There's a step-by-step process that happens. Once a few steps have been taken, there's this taking a step back. Is it aligned to what I value? Is it aligned to my North Star? Am I feeling purposeful, or am I feeling drained, fatigued, burned out, etc.? So there's going to be constant evaluation along this path that you're going to have to take. This is a slow and steady thing. This is not something to rush into because you are building something of purpose. You're building something that has a lot of meaning and possibly even healing for people as well. There could be an element of healing for you along this path as you kind of step into this leadership, step into this courage of the unknown. And there could be a lot of maybe old blocks or limiting beliefs that come up. But this is your opportunity to work through those so that you can step into your powerful expression within this new path, maybe even new business altogether. So let's get some encouraging guidance for the road ahead for you, and then we will call your reading complete. You might have to do some deep dives as well, checking in with your emotions. So as we see in the star, she's got 1 foot on the water, 1 foot on the ground. So it's this balanced energy and this almost eternal life force as she's pouring the cup into the water. So it's this replenishing energy, it's this cleansing energy for yourself, your emotions, and then also for the earth, for the things that support her, her clients, her path forward. Okay. So I think this is part of your journey. You're going to have to integrate some rest as well. And that's really lovely, kind of paired with the Pentacle card, because that is about stopping to look around, stopping to smell the roses, but still moving along the path, just not at the same pace as you might have done in the past. So watching clouds, taking the time to pause, I think is going to be really important along this path. And yeah, you are in unknown territory and exactly where you need to be. It might feel a little unknown, but I feel that there's going to be a lot of opportunities and maybe even a lot of help along the way. So if you are feeling like you need some kind of assistance along this journey, to not be scared about asking for help from your clients, from your friends, family, business associates, whoever you want to connect with for that, because this will help you feel less isolated along this journey and will help you feel supported along that journey as well. And impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. So I do feel like you came to some kind of crossroads or impasse. Wherever you are coming from, the path has ended. So it's almost like you cannot proceed in the way that you have done in the past. It's time to take a new approach, a new direction, or even start a new business altogether that is more aligned with your energy, that is more aligned with your pace, maybe the lessons that you've learned, the healing that you have maybe done in the past, and what you feel is truly aligned to where you would like to go, what lights you up, what excites you, what makes you feel fulfilled and satisfied. So really exciting reading number 1. I do hope this was helpful. If it did, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like a personal reading, I do offer one-to-one readings, and you can get more information on that by clicking on the link in the description. And until we meet again, my dear soul-led friends, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Hello, my dear soul-led friend who chose reading number 2 with the forest and the pure purite stone. I feel like you are learning to be your own guide. There's some inner wisdom coming through, some expansion that is happening, and whatever scattered energy or fogginess that you're moving towards is because you are on a journey of self-discovery. You are on a journey of maybe trusting yourself a little bit more, trusting your inner wisdom. And this is about learning. This is a time to expand your knowledge, to maybe look to guides around you, whoever that may be, to help you walk this path, to help you figure things out, to get some guidance, to get some inspiration so that you can learn new things. Because I feel like you've done a good job up to this point, but there's something new that wants to come in, that wants to be integrated. But it's about being open to learning something, maybe from someone who's done something that you want to do, that has done it before you. But it could also be something more spiritual in nature, something that feels a little more philosophical as well. But yeah, that's I do feel like this is about learning about your internal guidance, your internal compass, and trusting that a little bit more. Maybe even expanding your business to be a little more spiritual. So let's get some cards now for your reading. For reading number 2, about this scattered energy, this confusion or fog. What is the root? Strongest. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing the Hierophant card. Okay, so whatever, I'll get into that in a sec here. Let's figure out why. Okay. And how to navigate this. Okay. With the 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There's definitely some evaluation happening here, that it's like there's some things that are no longer working for you. I feel like what you have created, it's something that you can kind of step back and let run smoothly, but there could also be some things that are no longer feeling like they're working anymore. So there's something that has to be pruned out. I don't know if that is something within the mind or something within your business processes. Could be an offer as well that you're no longer feeling excited about or feel like it's working in the same ways it once did. So this is a moment to kind of step back and evaluate, step back and learn. So why this fogginess is happening is that I feel there's something being cleared right now. I feel like there's an emotional exhaustion or a burnout or some mental health aspects that are trying to be cleared up. So this scattered energy or this confusing energy, this fog, I feel like is getting you to evaluate how your mental health is being affected by maybe your business or your processes or your clients, and how to readjust or heal that to some degree. When the 10 of Swords is in reverse, that can indicate healing, and it can indicate that something has come to a peak and it can no longer run or operate in the way that it has. So this could be within the mind that you have been so exhausted and burned out and have had some mental health issues that you haven't been able to fully show up in your business in the way that you would like. Now, why this is happening, why the fog, why the confusion, why the scatteredness is that, again, we have 7s here, both on the bottom of the deck and here in the Y position. There's a stepping back that has to happen because I feel like your dreams have shifted, or you are aligning to something that doesn't feel truly authentic to you or unique to you. It feels like you're trying to maybe please other people or do what you should be doing. There's maybe an obligation. And there's a lot of confusion about what's mine and what are other people's expectations or what are other people's dreams. So I feel like you've lost a little bit of your identity in either the buildup of this business, the creation of this business, or simply just in the busyness of the business, the operations of the business. And I feel like this has really taken a toll on your mental health because I feel like you're trying to do a lot of things. Maybe you're trying to fulfill a dream that maybe wasn't yours to begin with, or you are trying to people please in a way that kind of prevents you from honoring your own emotions, your own desires. And that's what that 7 of Cups is about kind of emotional confusion about how do I truly feel about this? Is this aligned with my dreams? Is this how I identify and what I truly want to invest in the long term? So it's about clearing up this confusion, about clearing up this fog, and really taking the time to step back and eliminating the things that are not yours from an emotional standpoint, from the stories that you're telling yourself, or even the business that you're building. Am I doing things out of obligation, or doing things because other people are doing it, or doing things because I feel I should, or is it truly feeling fulfilling? So there's something here that needs to be clarified within the heart, within the mind. so that you can release and let go. Now, speaking of, we have the Judgment card here and in the how to navigate this. And this is a pretty big card. So I think once you step back to pull away from the things that either are not yours or are no longer working for you in the way they once did, this is you stepping out of that old energy and into something of a higher expression, into something that feels purposeful, that feels meaningful, and that almost feels like a higher calling. And the Judgment is typically a phoenix rising energy because it is rising above the challenges, but it is a choice. I feel like you do have a choice here, and it's a big choice. It's a choice to fully step into this, into the new thing. And I think it's a big deal. So it might take some time, and please do take that time, because I do think that there is some learning that has to happen. There is some chipping away at old things. There's some pruning that has to happen in order to kind of open up the space to be able to make this decision with confidence. So it's about letting go of the old stuff, the things that are no longer working, that are dead and gone, metaphorically speaking, and rising into something new that your heart and soul are truly calling you to step into. And that's the Forest, to me, is like these two characters are kind of moving towards a North Star here. So to me, that's the thing that your soul is being called to at this time. And it is a new journey. I feel like you're an apprentice on this new journey. And apprentices are open to learning new things. They're open to letting go of the old, starting anew. And that doesn't mean fully letting go of your business. I feel like it could be, could take some time to fully transition into something new. So do take that time, use your discernment, gather information, I feel is going to be important. It's too many. So one more. And this doesn't necessarily, this emotional confusion doesn't necessarily have to be within your business. It could be influencing from outside of your business as well. So it could be, what you went to school for. And so I feel obligated to carry on because I went to school for it. I paid money to do this, or whatever it is. It could be the influence of friends and family being like, oh, this is great, or this is what I've always wanted to do. So there's like a past attachment here, whether that is within your business or an influence from outside of your business that I think needs to be clear. So we have Rainbow Blessings and First Light. All very beautiful energy. Now, I feel like you could be seeing this as a failure. Maybe some of you, not all of you, could be seeing this as a failure, but this is a moment where, to me, it's an opportunity to expand into something new, something that feels aligned with your heart, that feels soul-led. And that is a blessing. That is a privilege to be able to have this opportunity, as difficult as it may be, to have to let go of something that maybe you've built and done for a really long time. I feel like you can't do it in the way that you've done it in the past. It's no longer working. It's actually affecting you mentally and emotionally. So it's time to step into what feels more soulful. And that is a blessing to be able to do that. So look for the things that are working, even in the midst of figuring out what's not working. You also have to look at what is working as well, and have gratitude for that. Know that you are blessed in where you are in this moment. Know that this journey that you're on is a blessing. And then First Light, beginning a new cycle. Yeah, it's very cool. I do think that there is a new cycle happening. I think it could take quite some time. It could take a season or two, maybe even a full year, to be able to fully kind of eliminate the things that aren't working, understand what those things are, what's working, how can I move towards something that feels more soulful, more meaningful, or more impactful for me. But you are beginning a new cycle, and that's a scary thing. Whatever has happened in the past that feels draining, exhausting, fatiguing, burned out, whatever, I think that is the cycle that is passing. And you are entering something brand new here that I think is going to be There could also be something about cycles within your business as well. So maybe you operate within the seasons and you're moving into something that feels like a more natural rhythm for you. And then answering the call. That is that judgment card. You are, and there's the deer. There's the deer. You are stepping into this new path, and there's a doorway here, there's a doorway here, so you're moving away from that comfort zone and you're following that guidance that is within you, but also what you're being inspired by in the external world through the people that you're connecting with, your guides, whoever that may be, and you're walking that path that is answering that call, slowly but surely stepping towards that a little bit more, figuring out what this emotional confusion is and what's not working in reality for you. Yeah, new cycles happening. I love that. And underneath that, grace and gratitude. So have grace for yourself, but also, as we mentioned in this rainbow blessings, have gratitude. And through gratitude, through noticing the things that are going well, I think you are going to start to see more of that, and that is going to be quite helpful for you on this journey as well. So these are the messages I have for you, reading 3. I do hope these were helpful. Let me know in the comments if they were and what you're taking away from this. If you'd like a personal reading, I am open to doing a business reading for you. The information to do that, to book that, is in the description box. And until we meet again, stay curious, and I'll see you soon. Hello, reading 3. For those who chose the monkey and number 42. And the chrysocolla stone. All right, so I think you are an inspiration for others. When you are in your fullest expression, when you are being inspired, and when you are sharing things with the world, you are an inspiration for others. And you are the reason why some people keep going, or maybe even create for themselves. And when you align with your purpose and are enthusiastic about what you're doing, your life, you silently, without knowing it, touch the lives of people you love and people around you, and you bring inspiration and light into this world. And this is very childlike energy. The monkey is very playful, it's very curious. It can be a little bit of a trickster energy, but I do feel like this is having a childlike wonder about things. So if you've been feeling blocked or scattered, which is what this reading is about, there may be some guidance here to step away from the things that are challenging you, to redirect your attention to what feels wondrous or inspirational or joyful. So I think this is about your creativity and you using that as your good luck charm. The wonderment is your good luck charm. The joy, the enthusiasm that you have for your work is your good luck charm. So you could, because of the scattered energy that you're feeling, you could be feeling blocked, creatively blocked, but it's not about kind of pushing through that block or trying to clear the confusion of what do I do next and what do I create and how do I do this. And I feel like there's a lot more questions than answers. It's about tapping into, what does my inner child want me to express? And that's a really interesting experiment that I've been doing personally, is what does my inner child need right now? Maybe it needs a break. Maybe it needs to get playful and just make a mess without any judgment or consequence. Maybe it wants to watch an old TV show or simply play in some regard. So again, it's about shifting that focus from the problem to wonderment, curiosity. So let's see what this scattered energy is all about. We have the Ace of Cups. Why? And how to navigate this energy. Okay. This is metaphorical. Don't get scared. All right. So we have the Ace of Cups. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse as your why, and the Death card in the upright as your guidance card. And then we have the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Now, I feel like this is about you building something more with your business. This isn't about staying where you are and doing the thing that you've been doing over and over and over again, or doing the thing that you're comfortable with. This is about expanding beyond that, thinking bigger, expanding into more networks, more groups, reaching more people. Now, that doesn't have to be worldly by any means, but this is just about reaching more people, inspiring more people. And this might not be a time to, I want to say, sit on the fence. Again, I feel like this is a time to redirect that energy into something more joyful. And that is kind of the path forward to clear the confusion, to clear the scattered energy, is not how do we fix this, but how can we move through it? How can we move around it? I'm seeing a water kind of move around a rock, you know. And because we have 2 water cards here, I think that's why that came through, because this is about flow. And I feel right now with the scattered energy, it's like stopping you in your tracks. But this isn't about fixing the block, fixing the scattered energy. This is about moving with that flow. So again, what is this block trying to tell you? Maybe you've reached your peak in this type of expression or this way of expression. I'm seeing an artist who has done like a series of paintings, and they would like to keep going with that series, but it's like, I'm not getting any more ideas. I'm completely blocked, or I'm unmotivated. I feel scattered as to what to do next. This is about moving with where the energy is trying to take you. So if you're feeling blocked, maybe there's something else that's inspiring you right now. So this isn't about being fixed in place. This is about being flexible and going with some kind of flow. Now, you could also be emotionally overwhelmed or emotionally unfulfilled. So this is an opportunity. There is potential to feel into something differently here in a new way. This isn't about forcing something or trying to fix something. This is about flowing where you're going next. And I think that's part of the guidance. There's something here that's going to come from maybe cleansing out something old. Maybe it's an old way of feeling, an old way of thinking, an old way of doing. So again, there's like a structure that I'm seeing, and it's time to break that structure and take new actions to feel into something a little bit differently. And the why, we've got the 9 of Cups in reverse, and that can be about lack of satisfaction or feeling unfulfilled in what you're doing. You may not really know this. You may be feeling, I feel like there's something here you're doing that's an obligation. And maybe your soul or your subconscious is trying to open you up to something new. So it's putting these metaphorical blocks in place to get you to shift directions or to look at something new. Because maybe what you're doing is subtly unfulfilling. Like, you want to keep going because maybe it's successful, but maybe it's not truly fulfilling or inspiring for you. So again, stepping into that wonderment, that fulfillment, that joy, again, I think is going to be really important to help clear the way and maybe clear up this energy. So yeah, that's part of what that death is like, I feel like something here has been a slow unraveling, and maybe you're trying to keep it the way it's always been, but there's transformation that wants to come through. So it's you opening up to this transformation from a heart space and allowing new things to come in, allowing new feelings to come in, new inspirations, new things that are going to fulfill you and satisfy you, maybe even more than in the past. So this is opening up to something new, letting go of the old patterns or letting go of whatever is feeling like it has departed, that it no longer fits, it no longer feels like there's any life left in it. The term beating a dead horse, sorry for that terrible analogy, but that phrase is coming up here with this death card here. So there's almost something that you're doing that you're trying to extract inspiration from, but there's no life left in it. So it's about finding that life again, finding new life in what you're doing. And again, I feel it's going to be something that's from the heart, because there is heart energy here. And this is about maybe your sensitivities, your creativities, the things that you find joyful that maybe you haven't indulged in a really long time because you've been so focused on building a business. And the business side of things, this is now time to feed your inner child, to let your inner child lead in some way, and taking action towards that, thinking bigger than you've thought before, maybe even scaling up to some degree, expanding. This isn't a time to sit and strategize and plan and fix, and this is a time to start taking inspired action and moving away from maybe the things that are holding you back or keeping you small. These cards usually never fly out in reverse. That one did. So I almost feel like grace and gratitude is a bit of a block for you right now. Grace with yourself, compassion with yourself. You've done nothing wrong. You've made no mistakes. This is part of the evolution. It is part of your evolution, your transformation, the business's transformation. And so I feel this grace and gratitude could be a significant block for you, or causing some kind of I have to do and go and be productive and build the business. There's a pressure that I feel you've had on yourself. And this, whatever is going to clear the block, is not going to come from pressure. It's going to come from play. Through gratitude, joy expands. So gratitude might be a really good thing to focus on to get the ball rolling. Gratitude for yourself, grace for yourself, gratitude for what you've created and what you've built, gratitude for the new things that you're going to be doing that you don't quite see yet, and stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. This could be about you leading or guiding other people through a process of transformation as well. So it's like when you walk this path, you can then help others do the same thing. And it's not an easy thing. Whatever this transformation is, it's not easy, but it's going to be fulfilling, more fulfilling, I think, for you. And it's going to put you in a place of leadership even. And again, guiding people through something similar, helping people find their purpose, helping people find their joy. And you might even do that silently without even knowing it. So yeah, it's not about resisting this change. It's about stepping into this new expression, this expansion, this transformation, and know that you have the strength and the creativity to do it well and to do it with a lot of grace. So this is what I have for you, my dear Reading 3. I do hope these messages were helpful. Let me know in the comments if they were. If you'd like a personal reading, I am booking one-to-one readings right now. The link to book is in the description box. And until we meet again, stay curious, and I'll see you soon.